Yes, hello YouTubers. So here's a small video I thought I'd post to hopefully try and help some of you guys. If you own a T4, then you will probably know adjusting the suspension on the front can be a bit of a nightmare due to the fact these bolts, nuts, seize themselves absolutely rock solid, and any attempt to try and move that with a spanner or anything tends to pop the bar out of the chassis rail, which is not good. Anyway, so I've figured out a way of doing this relatively easily and safely, and hopefully it'll help somebody. So I'm going to show you the basic setup as to what I've got here. First of all, obviously a must, axle stands. You cannot risk crawling under your van jacked up, so definitely get the axle stands in there. And we're going to need the jack anyway, which I've got sitting right beside me here, and you can see I'm just working on a gravel drive, nothing fancy here. My finger in the way there. So I'm just going to get set up and I'll show you how we do it. So here we are, we've got the jack directly under the torsion arm, just a block of wood about 400mm or so, and you just want to give that a wee push up. All you want to do is release the tension of this on the chassis rail, and that allows you to lift up, rotate, and that will drop down. See? Now you can do that with that bolt absolutely seized rock solid. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can release the tension on your jack. We'll do now. It's nice and easy. There she goes. So everything is now completely safe. You've got nothing under any tension. That has been released. Now you can see where I've copper coated. I've actually obviously done this job. I'm just making this video basically just to show you what I did here. The good thing about this, it allows you to get the blowtorch on that nut and be away from the fuel tank. So you can actually, I did it like this, hit it away. So there's no danger of any flame going near the fuel tank. So you can come all the way around, or you can rotate this actually. It gives you freedom to do that. Otherwise, obviously you're going to be, if it's in position, you're going to be firing a blowtorch pretty much right next to the fuel tank. You don't want to do that. So what I did was, I got this, I hit for about maybe, I don't know, 2-3 minutes with the blowtorch, and this is the magic part here. This is where the gold is. See this chassis rail? You can actually use that to your advantage by just getting it in there, and that just locks it in place. So you can lock the top of the bar, the rod, threaded rod, in there. You can get your 27mm socket on that with a breaker bar, and you can absolutely give it some. And with the heat in the breaker bar, that is how I got that free. Now obviously, before you even attempt, I forgot to say, here we go, we can clean all the threads with a wire brush and a grinder. That's one thing you do. So obviously once you get a couple of turns on it, you're on to clean threads and get the oil in there as well. And that should free it up nicely. Now obviously, to put it all back together again, once you've got the free threads, you can thread this all the way down to the bottom. Hook it back into the slot, and then just crank it up with your impact. So there you go, guys. Nice easy way to do that, in a safe way as well. Most important thing is to relieve the tension, because you certainly do not want to be attempting to move that if the van is not on axle stands and the weight's off the wheel. I've got my wheels off actually just now, but you don't need to do that. The only reason I was doing that was because I put a new steering rack in, and while I was waiting for some parts I thought I'd adjust my suspension and get these working again. It's been one of those jobs, it's been on the list for a while, so finally did it. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully that'll help somebody along the way. Okay guys, stay safe, good luck.